Hey guys, how are you doing? This is Zafe with Honest Reviews. Today I want to talk about my 6 weeks impression of the Gigabyte B550 Vision D. Now, the Vision part is only because it's white. So if you have a B550 or looking at B550 or B550 Vision, it's the same motherboard, just dressed up a little different. Now, I'll tell you first my problems with the motherboard. I'll get those out of the way. So maybe you're looking for help with your motherboard. Maybe you're having these issues. If you are, I hope this helps. When I first built this computer up about a month ago, a little over a month ago, I had it together. I was so excited, having that computer built with your own two hands. Um, there's nothing more exhilarating. Yeah, there's plenty of things more exciting. Just ignore that. It's just exciting, for a geeky guy or girl out there. You build your computer, you're happy. It's something new. It's something fascinating. That in a few months you're going to forget about and push it to the side and just you're going to use it, but the tower is no longer that relevant most of the time. But when I had it together and I first started booting it up, I had my OS ready, everything good to go. I'm about to install the operating system. I'm going through step by step of everything I'm used to doing when setting up a new computer. And I'm getting errors trying to install my operating system. I've done it so many times and I'm getting errors. So I go online, I start searching, trying to figure out why. Why am I getting these errors that I've never seen before? It's such a simple task. Who could imagine there would be errors? So after hours of searching online, um, I just thought, let me check the BIOS, the firmware of the motherboard. Let me see if there's something new. Uh, so I went to their website, and there were several new. The motherboard was shipped out with the first BIOS and first firmware or whatever. I think it's firmware. I don't know, either or. Um, and there'd been several updates, and one of these updates was for the Zen 3 architect and everything. So I needed to update it anyway. It's a very simple task to do. Just went to their website, um, and downloaded the latest version, put it on the USB, and boom, got it on there. Easy peasy. It took barely any time at all to do. And like magic, I was finally able to install my Microsoft Windows 10. Yeah, it was like I was, oh no. I thought all these problems were hashed out long ago, with these little small errors and everything. But something so simple is often overlooked and forgotten. If you're having problems installing your operating system, make sure you have the latest firmware or BIOS, okay? That should fix it, guys. The second thing that bothers me about the motherboard, I have RAM from Oloy. It's I believe a Thai or Taiwanese company that is fairly new. They make fairly inexpensive RAM, and I got this RAM exceptionally cheap. It was such a good deal. I have 64 gigabytes of RAM, and I got it for about $300. Yeah, it was nice. The price was nice. It's about 15,000 pesos. Um, and it works amazing. And it has you can see the RGB on the RAM. It's just a little clear, and it has RGB lighting in there. And it works great. And when I first booted it up, it worked really well with the Fusion 2.0. Then there was an update from Gigabyte to Fusion 2.0, And then it just went back to the rainbow puke color, and then Fusion stopped recognizing the RAM's RGB. Now, if you vault the RAM after you already built the computer, you probably would never know that it was a problem with Fusion. You would think it's a problem with the RAM, because I built the computer and I had it in there when I first installed Fusion. I know it worked beforehand. So the way I had to fix this was to get another controller, the RGB controller, from Asus. I installed Asus's Armory Crate, and it picked up the RAM, no problem, and it allowed me to adjust the RAM's color how I needed it to. And honestly, Asus has so many more options than Gigabyte does with their Fusion software. But Gigabyte, you're losing on the RGB game, man. You guys need to work on that. You guys are making some nice hardware. Get the software, bring it up, you know. Another thing, speaking of software, is the actual, when you're in the BIOS. I really don't like the BIOS on this motherboard. It's so different than everybody else's. It's just so it has a skin on it. It's kind of confusing. It took me a while to navigate around to find everything I needed to find. I wanted to set up smart access memory for the GPU and CPU. It took me a while to find where that was. It also, I needed to move the RAM to the correct clock speed. It was setting it below what it was supposed to be at, out of the gate, first boot and everything. So I had to adjust that. I had to amp up the voltage that was going there so I can get the proper clock speed, which is RAM is like 3600, I believe. And I was able to do that, but it wasn't very user friendly. It looked user friendly. It looks very clean. It looks very nice. It looks user friendly, but it just isn't as user friendly as I think they would hope it would be. Okay, so enough about the complaining. Let's get to what I like about it. It has Thunderbolt 3, so you can connect many numerous devices to it. And most people associate Thunderbolt 3 with an external GPU. You don't need an external GPU on a desktop, so don't associate with that. You can connect a 5K monitor if you can afford a 5K monitor, or that's pretty hot. It's going to be pretty expensive. Uh, so if you have a 5K, if you're an artist and you're looking for a motherboard that you don't need a GPU with, and you're just a digital artist, this could be the motherboard for you. Nice, crisp 5K monitor. It could work out perfectly. Where this is a B550 and it was more expensive than the base 570s. A lot of people argue why spend almost $300 on this versus a 570 base. The basic models of that starts around $200. And your answer is it's the base model. They Yeah, it has a faster throughput, a faster cache. It's just a little faster, little teeny bit faster at some of the things. But a base model isn't going to have the Thunderbolt. It's not going to have the Wi-Fi AX or Bluetooth 5.0 out of the box on the motherboard. It's not going to have an amazing audio deck like this one does. And the audio deck that deserves praise. I mean, I love music, and when you can plug in your headset into a computer and it has a built-in amp and it has an EQ already, and you can just melt into your music, man, it's beautiful. It is beautiful. I love that, and it turned my pitiful, flat sounding desktop speaker in, into sounding like, you know, a speaker that would cost 10 times as much as this one did, honestly. So you get a lot of bang for your buck, in my opinion, when you go with the Gigabyte B550. If you're a content creator, meaning video editing, or a digital artist, or even recording, you know, like gaming recording, this could be ideal for you. But if you're just gaming, there's other options out there that are probably going to be cheaper. If you're not looking for the amazing audio DAC, you don't really need to go higher than probably 200. If you're looking to build a white build and you're looking at it for that aesthetic wise, there's other white builds, motherboards out there that you can go other than this one. I actually went with the white build only because of the motherboard. I chose the motherboard and then I went from there on out. There's no reason to try to match your motherboard with your theme. Match your theme with your motherboard. So, I mean, if you want to go white, find the white motherboard that you like, honestly, and the one that's going to meet in your budget. But other than that, there's one more error on here that comes up that people don't expect. The error code 4040 on your motherboard is usually just meaning your motherboard's awake. So if you ever see that, it's because you open the Fusion 2.0 or the Asus Armory Crate, anything that connects to your motherboard for the RGB panel is going to wake the motherboard up, and the error code is going to read 40. It's not really an error code, it's just letting you know that your motherboard has been in awake mode. Other than that, yeah, it's a great motherboard. I love this whole build that I put together with these two hands. I couldn't ask for much more performance-wise. It doesn't disappoint me in any way at all. It fits in the case, the RAM, everything just goes together beautifully, and I can't complain about that. Now, I will review the other individual aspects that I did unboxings on before. I think it was last month that I uploaded those videos, one at a time. So, you know, it's not a super long video, but I hope that helps you guys out. I hope you understand what this motherboard is capable of and why you should buy it or you should not buy it. Till next time, guys, you stay safe. Thank you for hitting that like button. If you have any questions, make sure you comment down below. And always, if you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and hit subscribe. Goodbye. Peace out.
Hey, little lady said you feel the same, but I don't believe a word you say, 'cause I don't think you're here to stay. No, I don't think you're here to stay. So tell me what you want, tell me how you want it, tell me all the reasons that you're running away. I don't think you're here to stay.